Okay, hi everybody. It's Bruce Firestone on a beautiful October day, and we're here at Melody Place Farm, doing a little bit of work here. Again, welcome and happy Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. I want to introduce some people who are part of this group that is making this happen. To my right here is Chris O'Connell. Wave hi, Chris.
Hi.
Say hi. And Chris is the leader of our group, and we expect great things from this farm, but also, of course, from Chris as he guides this farm to the future. Next to him is another shareholder, and that's Mylene.
Hello.
Mylene is, as I was saying just before we started this, was born in Cairo, very French, and she's got a PhD, and she's a project manager, or at least will be.
Yes.
And she's our eyes and ears on the ground. Next to Mylene is Simon Feizo-Gas.
Hi.
He's one of the co-founders of Humble Creek Homes. They make these beautiful tiny homes. Mm-hmm. And behind the camera, you can't see her, is Michelle, who owns one of those tiny homes, right, Michelle?
Right.
Okay. Her husband is here as well, Ron. And Ron Murray is a landscaper, runs a business with Michelle, and is also a tiny home owner, and was one of the first, if not the very first, owner of a Noble.
That's right.
That was fantastic. And next to Ron is Brent Goodwin from the Bank of Nova Scotia.
Hi, everybody.
Say hi, Brent. And Brent, I'll let you introduce yourself.
What
do you do?
My name's Brent Goodwin. I'm a small business advisor at the Scotiabank in Renfrew, but most of my business is all mobile and virtual anyways, so not really restrained to any geographical area, and specialize in everything from opening your accounts, credit cards, lines of credit, everything like that. Hope you get on your feet.
Great. Yeah, and I can tell you that he's a young person, but he's very, very active, and he's one of those guys who takes charge and does things. On my left here is a good friend of mine, Sean McCormick. He's a mortgage broker, and he has helped me in so many ways. He's so quiet, I'd have to torture him to get him to say anything about himself, but Sean is the kind of guy who can solve almost any kind of problem, any financial issue whatsoever. So there you go. So this is the site here in Metcalfe, Ontario of Teeny Tiny Town 2. That's a name that my youngest son Matthew gave to these things that we're doing. And the idea is to try and promote something that is both eco-friendly, but also creates affordable housing. It creates an opportunity also to have sort of some side hustles and some workshops as well. So the idea on this farm, which is Teeny Tiny Town 2, is to have some tiny homes, some small gardens or garden plots or micro farms, and some workshops. And just joining us to your left, Michelle, is Tina-Rae. Tina, say
Hello.
hi.
Hi, everyone.
Tell everybody about yourself.
I will be a house mother, as Brew has deemed me to be. I'll be living in this beautiful century-old home here and kind of managing the grounds and overseeing with the whole gang here what happens and how we beautify this and make this a welcoming space for people.
That's great. We're almost finished. I promise not a 3-hour lecture. So the last thing I wanted to say is why Teeny Tiny Town, and what the heck does that mean? I think this is a movement that will spread. I mean, this is going to be Teeny Tiny Town 2. I think it's a movement that, like I said, will create some affordable housing, some job opportunities, some employment opportunities, some new entrepreneurs. And I think grow your own food and grow local, it's all part of that. My family's been involved with the affordable housing movement since 1942. And, back in the 1950s, my late father, O.J. Firestone, he and when he was working for the government of Canada, what they did was they created something called the Strawberry Box Home. It was a 3-bedroom home that you could buy as a returning serviceman from overseas for $5,500 with 5% down. So it means if you could find $275 down, you could own a house. And that's why I'm here today. I'm part of the baby boom generation. How the hell did that happen? It happened because people were able to afford homes. A $5,500 home back in the 1950s would be the equivalent of about $85,000 today. And if we had $85,000 3-bedroom homes that people could buy in places like Toronto, Vancouver, San Francisco, Portland, Miami, right? Then you would find that we wouldn't need to be here.
Right.
Simon, you wouldn't need to have started Humble Creek Homes, and we wouldn't have to have Teeny Tiny Town. But it's my opinion, and I've talked to Chris about it and other people as well, that if we as individuals and as a collective don't do something to create this opportunity, I don't think government is going to be able to solve the problem. To me, a teeny tiny town here in Metcalfe or anywhere else is a platform. And we talked about this yesterday. It's a platform for individuals to come and create value for themselves. Ron and Michelle, you bought a tiny home, you parked it on one of my sites, you have a long-term land lease. And from that, if you sell it and you make $50,000 or $100,000 one day selling it as your principal residence, that is going to be a tax-free event for you guys. So the idea is to make the farm economically viable as a corporation, but also to provide opportunity for others to build something on it. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.